Hi all, this is Dr. J and my buddy Professor Spike, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather has been rainy, icky, right?
Hello.
You agree with that, Spike? Spike is frozen. Starting off the show, frozen.
All right.
That's very good. Good start. All right. I did not advertise the 5 o'clock start today. Maybe I did earlier. I didn't have it on YouTube. So people are going to be a little bit late finding us. Hopefully they'll still find us because they're well habituated for the 5 o'clock start. I hope. Meanwhile, are you hearing me? I'm coming in correct. Hope it's on your end, not my end.
Yeah, no, I should be working well. I went up here for a reason.
Yeah, you went up there because it's better up there, right?
Presumably.
Catherine, how you doing? I apologize that I didn't let people know earlier about the show, but people will find us.
Yeah, they'll find us. I'm not worried.
Okay, guess what? I was able to get Jiggly back. Shalom, Magnificent Answer found us. And
Yep.
Jiggly is going to find
Shalom.
us. Magnificent Answer helped me, gave me an idea, and I was able to find Jiggly. I went back a number of shows. Catherine's good. We're good, Catherine, right, Spike? Everything's good?
I'm peachy.
Peachy? Catherine's in Texas. I don't know how good things are there.
Yeah,
not too great, right, with the virus?
Well, things aren't great. Things aren't great everywhere, or anywhere, for that matter.
It's funny, New York, I shouldn't jinx it, but New York started off so terrible, got down to under 1%.
Yeah, I'm knocking on some wood over here.
What is it now, about 1%?
It's under 1% in terms of, was it new cases or positive tests? I'm not sure, but yes, or the growth rate. Something is acceptable to our governor that he's opening up gyms.
The problem is when they start opening up the gyms and the schools and the bars and all of that.
Well, every time I go into a bar, they force me to eat. And I say, I'm fat enough, and I've already eaten. But they say, well, you have to eat cause Cuomo. Because you're not allowed to just sit at a bar.
Well, you know, in New York, I don't think they opened, did they?
I think for outdoors, but, you know, here on Long Island.
Yeah, in Long Island, you can go in a restaurant.
You can go in, but you have to practice social distancing. So there's one bar that I go to that has plexiglass every couple of feet. So it's sort of like visiting prison to get your booze.
Yeah. Well, it's easy just to get it from a liquor store.
Yeah, I know, but every now and then I like to drink with friends. Drinking alone gets a little boring after a while.
Linda joined us. Hey,
yeah, Texas is hot.
Yeah, Texas is hot, always. Summertime, it's very bad.
Yes.
So, yeah. So
how have you been doing on these
stocks? Day, considering, you know, I thought I had big things in mind for today. I visualized the S&P making all kinds of new highs. Look at this. Look at what Jiggly's got to say.
Yes, he's here. There he is.
Jiggly. You are here.
What was it? Liberate Jiggly.
I don't know. Is he here or is he there?
Good question.
Yeah.
Well, he's right here on my screen, so we'll call out of here.
Yeah, he's here. I think he's kind of here and there, or neither here nor there.
Yay! There we go.
People can see me as long as they don't smell you.
Yeah, right. And you know, and I think this was an exercise just to know that to be careful because Dr. G is
marked by no smell and no taste.
Yeah, my wife still suffers from that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing all kinds of stuff to investigate, but it's still this big mystery. But a lot of people are suffering this way.
Jiggly's going to make more money. I have a prediction. Jiggly's going to make more money on CODX than he did on Tandem.
Well, he bailed at the right time. It's still sort of floating around, but it's not doing anything crazy. It's staying.
No, he did not. He bailed on Tandem. He didn't bail.
He bailed at Tandem, but he bailed at Tandem at 100 something, like 105, and it hasn't really been going higher than that anyway.
No.
So it's fine to find.
But see, the problem is CODX has been going down.
I think a lot of people thinking it's the time to buy. If I had extra money, I might. But
you see, on Friday's show, Jake couldn't help me with the lyrics. I was singing A, B, C.
Right.
What was I singing? 1, 2, 3. That's how easy.
Easiest 1, 2, 3.
What was the other one?
Oh, the one by Len Berry. ABC.
The one with Dinah Washington sang. What was that one? Teach Me Tonight.
So
the ABCs of it.
Yeah, right. And the 1, 2, 3s of it. Wow, Dinah Washington. I love her.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know her, but I love her music.
Starting with
Teach Me Tonight. That's the name of the song.
And you know why ABC? That's the name of their flu combo test.
Oh, yeah?
The combo flu and
I see.
Test.
Yeah.
That's what's going to make them.
The ABC of it and the 1, 2, 3 of it. Yeah.
That's going to double their earnings from $2 a year to $4 a year.
Who's that?
CODX.
Oh, CODX.
Their earnings per share was 46 pennies this quarter.
Right.
So figure $2 for the year, 4 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of think it'll be higher with that ABC test coming in the late fall.
Well, that spit test from Yale that everyone's talking about, does CODX have any involvement in that?
They have their own spit test with clinical laboratories.
With what? Oh, okay.
It's an overnighter, yeah. So you spit in the morning and you could administer it in your bedroom or your house or your bathroom.
Right.
And then just drop it off or drop it at work. And whatever the arrangement. They're in Snaid's neck of the woods. Where is Snaid? We need Snaid.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. But okay, so the question is then, does CODX have a place in the market, or is it going to sort of be pushed aside by these other flashier things?
Look at this. Magnificent Answer keeps score.
Oh, yeah? Let me see.
He just said, I flashed it off that Jiggly got back into Tandem at 95.
Okay, well, I'll make a couple more dollars and then come back out.
The RSI is quickly diving into oversold territory, and Jiggly is using that as an excuse to buy. I'm not using it as an excuse to buy. I'm buying anyway. I bought more today. I'm going CODX crazy. It's on sale.
Well, yeah, it's about where I got in at. So I'm actually losing a bit of money at this point. So I might as well average cost down. I'm
buying CODX, I'm buying APT, and I'm buying Lake almost every day, and I've been losing almost every day.
For now. I've been buying the VIX every day, and I'm losing a lot of money for now. But eventually, I'll make it back. I think.
Jiggly got out of Tandem.
No, he said he buys every dip, then he sells above 105. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If it's going to keep wavering around that range.
How about Sorrento? It's a good car, right?
Sorrento. I mean, you and Jake talk about this one a lot because Jake's always been a little bit hesitant about it.
He doesn't like Dr. G. He thinks that he's disreputable.
Right, but I mean, in this game here, like you said, they're in a good hospital, and sometimes you need a little flash. The people in BCRX are dying for some flash.
Jake, not that Dr. G has not given him reason to doubt him. I think Columbia denied all dealings with Sorrento. That's what caused it to collapse.
Really? Well, there you go. because that was the one. That was the one reason to have any kind of faith from with the.
Well, the other reason is Mount Sinai, right? Mount Sinai with the antibodies.
Right. Oh, Mount Sinai also.
Yeah, but first it was Mount Sinai with the antibodies. Now it's Columbia Presbyterian with the spit.
Right.
But MIT will beat them all together with MMM.
So you say that would be nice.
I got my money on MIT MMM.
All those M's, wonderful.
A lot of M's.
All those TLAs, those three-letter acronyms.
And for the Sorrento, the question is, are they on the up and up? If they're on the up and up, they're a pretty good company,
right,
to be invested in.
Yeah. Well,
if you trust management to any extent, I think you got to be in SRNA. Although I'm not in it, doesn't mean I don't think you have to be in it. It's just that when Jake is so set against it,
I know you have to go with the boy. He knows his. Not that he knows his stuff, but he lands on a lot of good stuff, and he does know his stuff. He does a lot of due diligence.
He absolutely knows his stuff.
I think this is time to do your. Despite what I just said, it's time to do your disclaimer early.
All right, I've been in and out of it. I got out of it. I don't remember when I bought in, but I got out at 11 and I got out at 12 and I never went back in.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it doing now? It's still 10, 11, so I could buy below what I sold it at.
Well, that's always a good thing.
Now, Magnificent Dancer keeps score, but he doesn't keep score of everything because I did make a few points on SRNA. Not too much, but a few points.
I left that one alone.
I may not have said it when I traded it. I don't know.
It's $11 today.
Dancer has his scorecard.
It's it did a nice up and now it's trickling down.
All right,
it's time to do your disclaimer.
MA, the question is, who's the bad guy, the CFO or the CEO? Did the board not fire enough people? Maybe this is the tip of the iceberg.
Well, so then maybe the panache of the hospitals isn't enough.
Well, apparently what they did is like 3 or 4 times they claimed that there was a buyout price of $8, $6, whatever it was, and it popped from 2 to 8, that kind of thing.
Right.
They said, and then you go prove otherwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Jake is a suspicious sort, so you got to factor that in too.
He puts a lot of good money into these companies.
He does, and he wants it to be clean.
Right.
If he's not convinced it's clean, he's not going in.
I mean, for me, this is just sort of playing around a little bit, especially pharmaceuticals. I mean, once this COVID thing is over, I'm going to start talking.
No, actually, I don't think I sold in the 13s. I think that I sold in the 11s and 12s, but that's close enough.
Oh, Magnificent Answer knows exactly what you did.
Magnificent Answer he's got like a scorecard.
Keeps better notes than I do. I try to keep
people go to the ball game with a scorecard.
Okay, right. Maybe we're not the only. Maybe we're not the only posting he watches.
Maybe
and he's going to compare us against some of these other quote unquote pundits. Yeah, right. That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, my attitude is if they're crooked and make me money, do I really care?
Well, what if the government wants their money back?
BCRX. Yeah, I sold a little BCRX, about 20, a little more. And then I had to buy it back because people were snickering and snaring at me. Linda was snickering at me while I sold. So I bought it back at 30 cents above what I sold it at.
Okay.
I sold it at $3.87. Bought it back at 17.
You didn't hold tight at that low because that was your. That's right. You said you had an exit point.
Yeah, I hit my exit point, so I had to start selling. This is my algorithm.
Right.
My algorithm. then what's the point of having my algorithm? You know.
I get it.
Pete is with us. Pete, you took time out from the Democratic convention to come all the way to join us. What do you think of the Democrats? So how they doing, Pete? You like the convention? You like Mrs. Biden's speech last night? I thought it was good.
I thought they were both of the wives had some really wonderful speeches.
Yeah, you mean Michelle Obama?
Oh yes, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of laying out a case, not being too hard, staying ladylike, but you know, putting the barbs where they belong.
Now, John Kasich, I really appreciate his speech. John
Which one?
Kasich. Governor of Ohio.
The crossroads. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes something's
literally and figuratively.
Yeah,
literally. So the Democrats should gain some points in polls. They'll get a boost.
Right.
And then when Republicans hold theirs, they'll get a boost.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, at least we don't have Ashcroft to call an orange alert after this one.
Pete's into Michelle. Michelle really is great.
Yeah.
No, for whatever reason, the markets are perfectly happy whether it's Trump or Biden. I don't think they care.
You know, they're not going to be overly worried about rampant, rampant litigation and rampant, requirements and stuff like that. I don't think it's going to happen.
Biden is there a big inquiry right now on the tech stocks in Congress?
Mm-hmm.
Under the Republicans. They're going after Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Apple.
Well, because of their left-wing agenda, right?
No, I'm talking about the Republicans are going after them.
Yeah, of course. Oh.
But the drug companies doesn't matter because they both parties hate the drug companies.
Yeah.
Magnificent answer is at D. What does that mean?
I guess that means he's declaring himself a Democrat. Either that or he was just in the middle of something.
Yeah. NHL Stanley Cup Finals champion.
Oh, I don't know. My son's liking the Islanders.
How about the Detroit Red Wings? They're in last place.
They're in last place. Okay, somebody's
but as a kid, they were the perennial winners, right?
Uh-huh.
I was a kid.
Well, no, not when I was a kid. It was the Bruins and the Rangers.
Philadelphia Flyers, man.
There you go, Pete.
Northeast team.
Yeah.
I'm not a big hockey fan, to be honest, but my son-in-law is from Philadelphia, and he's a crazy Flyers fan.
You know, of the sports, I mean, you know, in terms of what has lost the least, I think hockey's lost the least. Baseball, you know, with that canned crowd noise, it's a little bit tough to watch, and you know, and we don't even know what football's going to do. And basketball's been very lucky in terms of
start the season, and then they'll all get sick and cancel it.
For football's going to be tough.
You mean to tell me these amped up dudes on the amphetamines or whatever they're taking aren't going to go to the bars and fool around and celebrate?
Well, that's athletes in general, but I mean, the people stuck in the bubble aren't doing that, which of course leads me to speculate how they let off steam. But
the Islanders just come back. Long Island, New York. They're coming back.
Yeah, no, the Islanders might have a shot.
Without Tavares. Remember when he was the whole team, Tavares?
Tavares? When was this?
The guy that they traded for like 10 players or whatever.
Oh, okay.
MMA, what is that, do you suppose?
That's mixed martial arts.
Mixed martial arts.
That one holds up, but that one really needs the crowd too. They get all bloodthirsty in the crowd.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit.
I got my punching bag. I got my punching bag in the garage, but I don't kick it. I only punch it.
Yeah, well, then you're not gonna get advicel.
What do you think? DraftKings is a good short. If they cancel football, that thing will collapse.
Well, yeah, that's why it's going up. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Already, I mean, in my own pool, they're having trouble figuring out what the payoffs are going to be because we always reserve some money for the end of the season. And so the big winner at the end of the season gets a payout. But who knows if the end of the season is going to be week 3.
This is so funny. You Ranger fans keep saying Pop fans. I don't know who Pop fan is.
Exactly. That joke's probably older than you are.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
I had to have somebody explain it to me.
Give it up already. Enough addictive behavior.
Jigglypuff's liking the Buffalo Bills. They got a good quarterback this year. We'll see.
Buffalo Bills. Marv Levy is going to come back and coach the team.
Really?
Yeah, Marv Levy is 103.
Okay.
You're going to wheel him around the field. And Jack Kemp, they're going to get him out of the grave.
Kidding.
To quarterback the team.
Oh, yeah, okay. Right, exactly.
He ran for vice president. Unbelievable.
He did.
An NFL quarterback ran for vice president. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, and there was a shot. Not a good one, but a shot.
I don't remember who he ran with.
He ran with, I guess, let me see. Well, he lost to Bill Clinton, so it must have been.
O.J. Simpson wasn't governor, was he? No, he wasn't. Was O.J. Simpson the best they ever had? I guess so.
What, for the Bills? Maybe.
Or
Tim just showed up.
Or was Kelly the best player on the team?
Oh.
They were different eras, right?
Yes, indeed. Well,
with Dole.
I thought Tyrod Taylor was going to do something for this team, but they got rid of him.
Jack Kemp ran with Dole. I trust Pete.
Oh,
when it comes to politics, I totally trust Pete.
Yeah, no, that was right.
Dole was actually one Republican that I really liked.
Yeah, but see, even towards the end, even the Republicans didn't like him. He showed up on the Senate floor, and they sort of sent him.
I thought he was a very decent man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, another war hero.
Yeah, war hero. That's right. World War II, WW2.
That's right.
Tim made it. Tim is studying my lessons on charting, which I have in my library.
Yeah, maybe I should watch one of those.
I only have 3 lessons. I cut it short because I was only getting 100 or 200 people viewing it. So
they just want the bottom line.
Yeah.
His wife was better.
Yeah.
He said.
Yeah, Dole, I'm great. Okay. Dole Foods he's talking about.
No, he's talking about Elizabeth Dole when he said his wife.
Yeah, are they still a company, Dole Foods?
I wouldn't think otherwise. I think
I once owned the stock and made money on it years ago.
22 minutes is the YouTube max to get the most views. Interesting. And so we've already blown that.
So in other words, we're talking too much.
Well, if you don't like our conversation,
you know what else? You got to talk very, 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 very fast. We managed to talk.
We don't even get warmed up until minute 22.
We haven't said one doggone thing about stocks yet.
No, we talked about BCRX a little bit. We talked about CODX. right? We talked about some stuff already.
What do you say I start charting a few things?
You might as well. Do you have some stuff in mind?
I have in mind CODX, APT, and like
Okay, well, those are good starts.
starters.
You know, maybe you should look at Tandem for Jiggly, just for old time.
If he wants me to.
Okay.
Whatever anybody wants.
Well, I'm looking here.
Ask MA if he still wants MBOT. I'll do that one if he wants.
Oh, MBOT. You guys were talking about that stuff, right?
Does he want
it? Nobody's mentioned it yet. We didn't really get any real requests yet, which is fine. You know, sometimes it's good to just. I was thinking at one point. I was thinking we should have an episode where we just do all the old stuff that we used to talk about that we stopped talking about.
Sure.
You know, and sometimes you remember how I confused with a couple of these acronyms. So it's like, oh, Confucius wants M.
Mankind. Mankind is a stock to watch. I made a nice.
Yes. I was going to talk to you about that.
I made it the last time without even telling anybody. I feel bad. This time I'm telling people I'm in Mankind. And
Miso, yeah, we definitely want to hear Miso. Now we're starting to get the Magnificent Ones, MBOT, ADAP. Okay, we're getting the list now.
Yeah, look, I'll take whatever people want. How's that?
All right, so what are we starting with? CODX, okay.
I love right where it's at. You see this bottom at 1450? It starts the trend line up. It starts the big ascent after a pullback, and it's a nice low right on the 50. So I really like this for a low. I'm excited about being in it at the right time. I think the 1453 area, 55 area holds, and that's a bold prediction.
Okay.
And if it doesn't,
there was nothing wrong with the report. The report was sort of like, you know, it just was very, very clumsy again. This is two reports in a row where things were clumsy. They did miss, but they missed off of what I thought were inflated expectations anyway.
You know, I don't even consider it a miss. 46 cents earnings is pretty damn good considering it was 8 cents a quarter before.
Right. Indeed. So, you know, I mean, so, you know, if you're right that this holds as the bottom, then this is definitely a place. You know, for now, I'm just taking the ride, but, you know, it's certainly looking like an opportunity to come back in.
You realize what kind of potential that ABC test has? Enormous.
Well, like I said, assuming that it's not overclouded by the more popular ones. But you're right.
I think the most popular one. That's going to be the most popular one.
Well, remember, people keep talking about the other spit test, not theirs.
Then I'm talking about the combo test.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay. Yes.
That's going to be amazing.
Jiggly's thinking that no, the vaccines aren't coming soon enough. Jiggly, I don't think. I think, you know, everybody's going to be talking about testing and treatment for quite a while. You know, because everybody's gonna say I am not taking a vaccine until I'm sure it's right, and so it's going to be a couple.
That's not the problem. You can't make enough of it to satisfy everybody.
Well, what? But how many people have you talked to who say I'm going to wait at least 3 months before I take anything that's offered?
Oh, younger people, yes, but not older people.
Well, haven't older people had enough poor experiences with this government?
I've had a poor experience with the swine flu. I didn't take it, but I remember it, the swine flu fiasco.
Right.
But that was a long time ago. You'd think people, they know what they're doing a little better now.
You know, this is why Tamiflu did so well at some point, because a lot of even these flu vaccines ended up being a year late. Oh yeah, well this was great for last year's flu, but not this year's flu, and so it's just the nature of the beast.
You see,
so,
you see this double ruled line? It's not going below here. Too much of a bargain. It's not going below this double ruled line.
What would you think if this went below that line?
It's
Would you
not
think
going below that line.
Okay. So it's not even worth talking about.
Not worth talking about. Not going below it.
Remember, our opinions are our own.
And do not constitute investment advice. And what else? Check with an investment advisor before acting on anything we have to say, and realize that our opinions do not constitute investment advice. It's just fun, entertainment.
That's right.
Can't
Whatever CNBC says about Jim Cramer, we're going to say about us.
Jim Cramer claims he's entertainment because he goes booyah.
Yeah, right. And because anybody who follows him completely, doesn't really end up being rich.
Professor Spike, let's do a booyah together on three. Okay. 1, 2, 3, booyah!
Yeah, that felt good, actually.
Now we're covered.
Right.
Nothing to worry about.
CODX looks like it's poised, and we'll know next week whether or not you're right.
Yeah. So do you see this gap? This is going to get filled, and we're going to feel real good. Mm-hmm. It's going to come back to 1957 in I don't know when, but it will.
Well, yeah, that's good. That's good. So taking a run from 14 to 19 would be fine.
Can it go down a little bit more? Sure, it could. I got the double ruled line, don't I?
Oh, yeah, it said there's a little. I didn't even see that one underneath it. That's your head
line is 1375 is the bottom line.
Okay.
And that's it. They're done going down.
All right. What else do you have on store since we're already half hour?
I bought today in the high 14s.
Did you?
So I admit my where I am.
It's up after hours anyway, so it's gonna be trading at the high 14s tomorrow.
2 pennies. We're getting rich.
There you go.
ABC 1, 2, 3. That's how easy riches can be.
The ABC of it, and the 1, 2, 3 of it. All right. So why don't we do tandem now for Jiggly? You're doing APT. That's great.
Jiggly, you got something funny to say?
What does Jiggly say? I keep losing money on BCRX. I'm going to send Jake to the Russian COVID.
That is money is not funny. Losing money is not funny.
Nah, well, look, we're all in it together. He actually asked whether or not I was, just, selling it or doing this for entertainment purposes. But no, we also have
I tell you earlier that I need some tax write-offs in the worst case. I'm having the best year I've had in a dozen years.
Yeah, so you need some losses.
I'm not on them, but if they come, I'll take them. What am I going to do? Offset the gains a little bit.
Well, yeah, I guess when you sold BCRX at 13, you probably did lose a little bit.
Not counting the funds, I'm having the best year. With the funds, even better.
Really?
Well, they're starting to come into positive territory, the funds.
Right. Now, do you believe that there's going to be a move to value out of growth?
Yes.
Like CNBC keeps saying?
I do. They're not always wrong. I mean, I look at myself. I lean towards MMM for that 3.5-point dividend.
Right.
I lean towards FedEx and Kimberly-Clark and Walmart just to get a dividend. You can't get anything in the bond market.
Right. So what do you think of Target's move?
Did it go up today?
Went up 10%.
Why does it go up on good earnings and Walmart goes down on good earnings?
Good question.
That's annoying. Oh, at APT,
and then another 0.5% on
I want you to know that APT did not go down today.
That's right. It did not.
Did not.
It did not. I bought back in after that whole business. I'm still somewhat bullish on this guy.
Up. Not only didn't it go down, it went up and noticeably up. You can see the green candle.
2%.
It's visible. Forget about after hours. That don't count.
Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
No, you don't look at after hours when it's down. You only look at it when it's up. All right, so you can even
look at it when they're both the same color, when they're green and green or red and red.
Count the number of candles. If there's 10 candles, if this is a 10 candle low, and you have a nice green candle like this, very bullish. This is one of Dr. J's secrets. I'm letting you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. From the high, it's a 15 candle drop to this number.
Right.
And that finally broke the scheme here with a nice green candle. I like that. A full candle. It's not as big as I'd like it, but I like it. The RSI was very low, just like it was with CODX, Co-Diagnostics.
Yep.
34, went up to 44. So it's coming back a little bit, the RSI, but that's fine as long as the price comes back with it. I do see some resistance up about here, maybe. After it closes this gap, it might get a little resistance at about 1786 point from here. We'll see. But I do think we've turned the corner. I know one day does not mean anything because we don't even have a confirmation candle.
Right.
I like this setup. So Dr. J is feeling bullish on APT.
Right. Well, it's still in a good industry.
I'm a bullish old man.
All right, what do you got before I start giving my?
I'm still making money, then I must be doing something right.
Yep.
This one I keep putting money in virtually daily.
This is APT's cousin.
You know something? It's almost the biggest holding already.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to back the truck into this one too, but yeah, it's already come back. It was down to, what is it? It was low as 18 at one point.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, in more recent days.
I believe so.
Yeah. So yeah, so it's on its climb back up. You know, remember sometime in September there's going to be earnings.
What's their PE number?
Right now, 13.65.
13.65, and their earnings are going to go way up in the third and fourth quarter.
I mean, but they did change. Remember when we talked about this the first time? The PE number was based on the earnings they produced. The number was like 6, and you were like, "Well, you're going to have to multiply that by 4."
No, I think it was 10. It was 10.
It was 10. All right, so you had to multiply it by 4. Now we're up to 13. So you're right. So let's suppose that this thing tops out at around 20. So we got a lot of upside.
All the earnings, it comes in for the year at $3. That times 13. That's $39, isn't
it? Yeah. Well, let's see. The last earnings were was 154. So you're thinking they're going to double?
Well, you got 2 more quarters.
Right. We just finished the second quarter, which was big, and the third quarter is definitely going to be big, and then the fourth quarter is going to be big because of back to school. You're right.
Why can't it be $4 earnings?
Okay. Certainly, yeah. No, you're right. I mean, certainly. I mean, the thing is, even the multiple itself is low. 13.6 is a bargain these days.
You know what they're saying? They're saying, okay, you're going to sell a lot in the next few quarters, but after that, forget it.
Well, yeah. Well, until the next pandemic, right?
Exactly.
Bite my tongue, Spike, right? I know. I can hear everybody saying it.
Maybe they'll make so much money that they'll give a special dividend.
Oh, why? Because there's no more. Well, maybe they'll have to buy out other businesses. Maybe they'll do like 3M and go into Scotch tape or something.
Scotch tape all the way.
Or duct tape. Actually, duct tape's more in line with what they do. Remember the old days when they said when in doubt, put duct tape on it.
Okay, you see the line I drew way back here?
Yes.
Finally, it's above the line, and pretty much it never went fully below it except for one day.
Right.
It's bottomed out. And is this 10 days? I think this is 10 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Another 10-day low, followed by a big green candle, followed by a confirmation candle. Ooh. So we're confirmed. The bull market in Lakeland has begun. It will last right through earnings.
Okay.
September 9th.
Oh yeah, right. So, well, that's the last earnings was June 9th. So yeah, September 9th is the expected time. Very nice.
So we get a run to 30 before earnings. We take off and we don't stop till earnings. On the day of earnings, we blow it out and we sell off.
Well, I've learned it's the day before.
No, the day before it'll blow it off. It'll hit 30, and then the next day it'll have phenomenal earnings and go down.
Right. I mean, this has been the pattern that we've been seeing. Except
for Target, the only retailer I don't own.
Well, yeah, I mean, we had talked about it tangentially for a long time.
But I have a lot in Walmart. So it really disappointed me. It hit 140 something pre-market.
Right.
And wound up closing like 134 or something today.
Yeah, but it's still pretty lofty from its original spot. I mean, it didn't do Amazon numbers, but it still had a pretty good run up.
What do the guys want me to show?
All right, we want Tandem and Miso to start.
Miso had a down day. Gave back.
Yeah, I know Miso gave back a little bit. I'm not complaining.
Well, you know what it's all about. All the stem cells were hyped in a big article the other day. They all took off. Now they're all giving back. Gave back, but not that much really. And what kind of volume? No volume, right? No volume. Okay, so you go up on a day that was also a negative day, that it had a huge volume.
Now, you don't think it's going to look to fill in that gap, do you? Before it hits really big numbers later?
Right? Yeah, the gap all the way down to $16.
Just inside that gap. Will it, you know how things like to fill a void?
No, it might fill that $16 gap, or it might zoom right up again. When I discussed Miso with you the last time, I told you that it's going to settle in the 20s,
right?
Prior to the COVID news. The COVID update is due soon, within a month or two.
Right, but even the
COVID trial for odds, that's due.
They still have the FDA approval pending for the was that
that's not a short thing either, right?
Yeah, but and things are looking good there.
Well, you got the advisory committee affirmative vote,
right?
But it's not a sure thing.
Yeah, I know the FDA could. The last time we talked about it, that's what we said. We said that we didn't think the FDA was likely to turn down something that might work.
I don't think they'll turn it down. I think they're a big favorite, but I don't think you're going to get much on that news. It's baked in. What you're going to get a pop on is the COVID news. Who's the winner of the odds race?
Because this brings up ATHX. Is it we're talking about today?
No, the winner of the odds race, we're looking at it right now.
So Since but I get that, but since we're talking about it, and we always talk about ATHX, what is your view? Are you still bullish? Are you losing faith on ATHX?
My view is the same as it was before it popped for no reason. That there's going to be a lot of weakness till it decides to run prior to the end of the year. So I think it could drop back to $2, and then wind up doubling before data in December.
Now, what's the data going to be on? Is that the ischemic? What is the data supposed to be on?
Stroke comes. That's the biggie. The small one is odds in Japan.
But it's ischemic stroke.
About that because we're going to have COVID odds news before that. No, that's from Miso. I'm getting confused.
They're in the same space. That's why I brought it up.
I don't think ATHX is going to get any leverage at all on its stock price due to COVID odds. I think that's Miso's.
Right. So then what does ATHX have going for it?
What's that?
What does this stock have going for it, ATHX?
ATHX has a stroke trial. That's it, in my mind.
And that's the end of the year.
Yep, but that's a real biggie.
Okay. No, I'm still keeping the faith, and I'm still in it. I'm just trying to find out why I'm still in it.
Why you're still in it is because why not? Everybody's got to be somewhere.
Yes, I get it.
It's going to be a wait, and to that extent, Jake decided to step out and come back in.
Uh-huh.
No, I can understand that.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, playing the fluctuations is not a bad idea, especially with the stock that is fluctuating a fair amount. So,
I do think the stock rallied nicely off the lows.
uh-huh.
The lows were 223. I had an order in for 221, didn't get filled. But I got filled at 226 earlier. I just didn't have that big an order. And I bought in the 30s, and that's it for now. I might buy more. I might buy more in the 230s again tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I haven't been buying much. I've been just taking it for the ride.
I kind of think, I mean, I sold half, so I could put back a few shares. I kind of think it will hold support at the 200, at around 204 at the worst case.
Where's that on your chart?
My feeling is, in the worst case, 204. But at some point, it's going to gain traction and go straight up to $4.
Well, that'll be a good day. What do you think? And if the stroke works out, the stroke tests work out well,
it's worth another $4. Japan stroke.
Okay.
And the Masters trial in America would be worth $80.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, well then it's worth waiting. Maybe that's why I'm in.
But I don't know when that. Who knows when that's going to end?
All right. Well,
ATHX is not the most prompt biotech company. Everything seems to take longer than it should.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people are annoyed with Gil Van Bachman, the CEO, but I happen to think he's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Dr. Feldman is not fond of B.J. Lehman, the CFO.
Oh, yes. I remember that whole interchange.
Yeah. What was the next one?
Tandem. Yeah.
Tandem. Oh, looking good again. Bounced off the 50, bounced off the 9. Wow, it could be on the way to new all-time highs. I don't want to get jiggly upset, but it's a lot of green showing now.
Well, he might still have a position in there.
A lot of green. Dr. J is opening the window because it's.
Well, yeah, this stock got you hot and bothered, huh?
Very, very muggy. All right. So Jiggly, it's looking like a strong biotech once again. Start making new highs, you're not going to be happy.
And like I said, I think I don't know if he jokingly said that, but
I'm not joking. It looks pretty strong.
no, some of our viewers might still be in it.
I can't hear you too well. Can you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said some of our viewers might still be into it because a lot of people have diabetes.
Yes.
In terms of a moneymaker, having money in diabetes it can't be a bad thing.
Yeah, this one and Mankind both are interesting.
All right, see, at one point you'll show that one too, right?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? We're thinking that this might be a breakout now.
It might be, yeah. That's exactly what I'm thinking. If it starts making new highs, could run to 120.
Right.
It's got to take that 110 line out. If it does, nothing to stop it from running to 120. And I think it will. There's no reason for this to slow down. It's just got a lot of Momo. But I'm not going to jump in. So I'm just
right. What was the other stock that was big on diabetes? Was that Capricorn? Oh, Mankind, right? Mankind.
Should we look at that?
Might as well, because you said it did make a move today, right?
It's taking a long time for this company to gain traction. But
Yeah, it's the only one of my holdings that actually moved in a decent way was Mankind. An 8% gain today.
Crazy candles, big spike, high volume, gave back.
That looks like it's coming up straight too.
Did it hold 187? Yeah, it held 187 at the close. Man, it looks like it's ready to launch. Mankind is set for rocket ship launch. Does it take out the 248? Last time I sold it at 244. I had such amazing timing. I bought this batch in the 170s.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, sorry. In the 160s, I bought the new batch. I made a lot of money on the last pop, and I think I'm going to make a lot of money on the next pop.
Yeah, no, I think I got in just after that when you were talking about there still being some upside potential left.
I kind of like the concept of a mealtime insulin that mimics the normal blood glucose of someone who just ate a meal.
Mm-hmm.
It's as if you don't have diabetes when you sniff that thing.
That's the hook on this one.
Well, that's the hook that got me interested in it more than the fact that you can inhale as opposed to take a pill. I mean, take a shot. People who are used to taking a shot, I don't think they care about it that much.
Uh-huh.
Do you? Would you rather sniff than give yourself a shot?
Absolutely.
You would.
You know, or take a pill. Certainly.
Sniffing might make you cough, or who knows?
You know, anything is better than a shot.
You feel that way, yeah?
Well, I mean, come on, you know.
But these diabetics are so used to giving them shots. So.
Obviously, it's a horrible disease. So, that's what I'm saying. Any relief, people are going to look for it, especially relief that doesn't involve sticking yourself every time to test it and sticking yourself every time to give yourself insulin.
Apparently, it's not for everybody. Certain people can't get used to it. I think there's still some kind of warning about breathing difficulties. You got to pass a breath test, something like that.
Really? Okay.
Well, there used to be a black label warning, but I think they got rid of that. I haven't been following the stock. I'm just looking at the technicals and I'm playing it for a pop.
Right. And so
But
that looks like it's
a long
do you think it's going to hit that line of yours?
I think we're going to pop over this one more time. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. And I have no idea why.
Okay.
I have no idea why. But I do like the chart. And I think we're ready to pop.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I caught a little activity in it in the 260s area that I liked. So I went in. I didn't overindulge. I wish I had overindulged. I think it's going to really pop.
Right.
What's next?
MBOT.
MBOT. This is one that every so often makes a 40% move and then gives it all back.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this.
I didn't even know that it's giving it back. But this has been the pattern of this crazy stock for as long as I'm following it. Makes a crazy move and gives it all back.
Oh.
All right, hang on. I'm being summoned for dinner.
Okay.
So do I trust this one? Absolutely not, because I know the pattern. But if I wanted to get in, I would look to get in real cheap, midway between this green candle. Between like $8 and $6.60, $1.20, $8 and $6. What I say? $8 and $6.40, $7. About $7. Let's say $7.30, $7.50. About $1 cheaper than where it is now. And probably there, it's worth owning it. Again, I don't even remember the fundamentals.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're in.
MA is in it. MA made money on this one, probably out by now.
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, they're in that pop or something. Maybe he's just.
I hope he's out by now.
Let's see, preclinical medical device company.
I like BioNTech. I like AstraZeneca and maybe one other vaccine maker. I don't know.
What do you think about J&J?
Symbol of BioNTech.
Not sure. What do you think of J&J while you look?
The one partner with Pfizer.
Oh.
Okay, this is a time to buy. It's had a nice sell-off from 110.
What's the symbol? I can't see it.
It's selling at a bargain. And Pfizer, I don't know what arrangement they have with Pfizer, to be honest. I haven't been following it that carefully, but I saw this drop. I've been watching the drop. So I'm looking for an entry point. I'm thinking just below where it is now, looking good for an entry. This one could easily double. If Pfizer becomes the chosen company, I don't know their monetary arrangement with Pfizer, but they're using their drug. Maybe right around here.
I can't see it
today here. 63.37. So I'm looking to get in a couple of points lower than where it is now. Should we wrap it up?
Yes.
Or AstraZeneca?
All right. We can just talk about AstraZeneca.
AstraZeneca is one of my favorite.
You can come off the charts and talk to everybody.
It's one of my favorite vaccine plays. And you see the line? It's holding that line like unbelievable. So if you want to get in, look to get in close to $55. And that's a great place to get in. I'm gonna get out of this so I can talk to everybody. Say goodnight.
Right.
I hope I answered people's. Oh, I missed one more. Next, MA is going to with me. MA, I'm going to look at it, and then I'll send you I'm going to send you my own thinking on it in a direct message, because I'm not going back in.
Right.
I think we got all the others.
And the bells are ringing. Yeah, we missed a couple, but I think they'll.
He knows about biotech. Yes, but I don't know the monetary arrangement. That's what I was curious about. I know they're both going to make money on it, but I just don't know exactly the split.
Well,
As always, tell your friends about us. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. And if you're joining us now on replay as opposed to live, next time join us live. All the fun is live when we have Jimmy Puff.
We'll skip your questions too.
Yeah, we'll take everyone's questions. I'll be here for 5 hours.
And we'll process what we can.
Hasta la vista. Thanks for coming, Jiggly. Thanks for coming, Sean. Thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for coming, Eyes on T-Money, Pete, everybody, Linda. Where are the women? They're all the way up there somewhere. The women went quiet on me.
Yeah, they got bored.
Linda. Who else came early? I don't remember. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.